Hey everybody, this is Paintball Dad. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I want to talk about a topic that was suggested to me by one of my subscribers, and that's why you should make a paintball team. Now, a little while ago, I made a video on why you should join a paintball team, and I want you to know that making a paintball team is a lot harder than joining a paintball team. So I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why you should make a paintball team, but also I'm going to give you a little bit of a tutorial on how to make a paintball team. I actually made a paintball team of my own a long time ago, back in like 2006 when I was in college. I actually made a paintball team for my college, and we played in the college league, which was at that time called the NCPA, the National Collegiate Paintball Association. I think now it's changed its name to the Collegiate Paintball Players League or something like that. And I actually have a video on my channel that my school's media team made about my team. So if you want to check that out, I'll actually leave the link in the description of this video. And that video also gives you a pretty detailed description of how I went about making the team. But let's get started with some of the reasons of why you should make a paintball team. I'm going to start off with 3 reasons. The first one is probably the most significant reason, is that you can choose your own commitment level. So if you join a paintball team, you're going to have to be committed to whatever that team is going to be doing. If they're going to be playing NXL, or if they're going to be playing a regional division or some kind of a little local league, whatever they decide to do, you don't have a whole lot of say in that decision. Because the bottom line is, if you want to be on that team, you have to play in the tournaments that they're playing in. And actually, if you wanted to, you can even make a team that's entirely made for just recreational play. I know in my local area, there's a field called Palmetto Hills, and they have a team that's based out of there called the Palmetto Hill Tropics. And I haven't seen them in too many tournaments, but that's kind of because, from what I understand, they seem to advertise themselves as being a team that's just for fun. They do local tournaments, but mostly it seems like they're just a recreational team. And being able to choose your own commitment level is also important, because that means you could choose your financial commitment level. If you want to do the more expensive tournaments, you can. If you want to do the cheaper tournaments, you can do that too. And ultimately, let's be real, for the majority of us, a lot of our paintball commitment comes down to our financial capabilities. Because we're not pros, so we're not getting paid to do this. We're working a regular job, and anything that we have extra to spend on our hobby is what we get. The next reason why you should make your own paintball team is because you can choose your own sponsors. Now, before we get into the talk about sponsorships, I just want to make it clear that we're not talking about full ride sponsorships. Like I said before, we're not pros. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're probably not a pro. You're not getting paid to do this. So any kind of sponsorship that you're looking for is not going to be the type of sponsor that's going to give you free stuff, like free paintball guns, free masks, free jerseys, free gear. But you will find sponsors that can give you significant discounts on a lot of things. The first sponsorship you should look for, and probably the most beneficial sponsorship for you, is going to be your local paintball field. When I made my own college's team, my first sponsorship was my local paintball field. And here's how it went down. I went to go play paintball one day at a local field, and while I was there, I made a really good impression on some of the players there who were part of the local factory team, and the owner of the field also came out to watch me. And at the end of the day, he asked me if I played for anybody. He asked me if I wanted to play for his team, and I appreciated his offer, but I told him, hey, I'm in college right now and I'm trying to make my own team for my school. Would you be willing to sponsor us and have us as one of your local teams, and, you know, give us discounts and stuff in turn? And in exchange, I offered to help out around the field. We had a deal where we would do reffing and we would help clean up the field at least once a week. So he got some free labor in exchange for giving us discounts on stuff. And that's kind of what you need to understand about sponsorships, is that they're a relationship. It's not simply just demanding free stuff or discounted stuff from a paintball supplier and they just say okay without getting anything in return. I think in total our playing cost was maybe like $35 for a day of play. So that included paint and entry and air. And if you're a paintball player, you know that an average day of recreational play at a paintball field without any kind of sponsorships can be upwards of $80. So to be paying $35 flat fee, that's a really good deal. That's paying less than half of what the average player plays. That really increases your ability to play even more. And because the field recognizes you as one of their local teams, they can give you discounts on other stuff, not just being able to play there, but if you need anything like masks or jerseys or guns, they can also help you get discounts on those things. There are also a lot of big companies like HK Army and Infamous and a few others that I can't think of right now off the top of my head, but there are a few big recognizable paintball brands out there that do have sponsorship programs available. If you just go to their website, you can send in your information and apply for a sponsorship, and it's pretty similar to what I described earlier with the field sponsorships. You're just going to get some discounts on their stuff that they sell. You can also look for sponsorships through local businesses or people who you might know who own businesses or have a close relationship with somebody who owns a business. But just keep in mind that you're going to have to maintain a relationship with that sponsor, just like with your local paintball field. It's not as simple as just asking them to give you money and expecting not to give them anything in return. But you can be creative about what you offer them in return. You can offer them, like I did with my first sponsorship, you can offer them some free services. Offer to help clean up their store once in a while. You can even offer to help with advertising. Maybe somebody on your team has a significant social media presence and they'd be interested in capitalizing on that so that they could reach a wider audience. Really, the best advice I can give about sponsorship is to just not be afraid to reach out to people. And now the third reason why you should make your own paintball team is because you can choose the players that are on your team. And having control over who is on your team is really important, not just because of the skill level, but you also want to make sure you're looking for the right people that you can socialize with, that you can have that vibe with. When you put on another team's jersey, you're going to be recognized as being part of that team, and their reputation is going to be placed on you. So you're going to be recognized as them whether they're good or bad. You might be known as the guy from that team who likes to trash the field and leave a mess, or the guy from that team who likes to do way too much trash talking. They're not going to see you as an individual as long as you have that jersey on. But if you're able to pick the players on your team and you can select what kind of personalities you want on your team, then you have control over the kind of reputation that your team presents. And you can make it clear to your potential players from the get-go and let them know what kind of commitment that you're looking for, whether it's a serious tournament kind of commitment or just a laid-back recreational kind of commitment. And there's multiple ways that you can go about finding players for your team. You can post something online, like an advertisement that you're going to have a tryout for a paintball team. Look into your local social media groups. I'm sure whatever area you live in, there's probably a group or something like that for people who are interested in paintball in your specific area, and you can post and ask to see who's willing to come out to a tryout. Or you can just go to your local paintball field, and if you happen to make a connection with anybody who's out there, you can just ask them, hey, do you want to make a paintball team with me? Personally, when I made my paintball team back in 2006, this was like when Facebook was first a brand new thing, and it was restricted just to college students. So it was pretty easy for me to find other college students at my college with the common interest in paintball. And that's all I had to do. I just had to type in paintball at my college and find anybody who had that as their interest, and I messaged them, hey, do you want to start a paintball team with me? If you happen to have a group of friends and they're willing to come out and play paintball with you, let me just say right now, you are very lucky. Because that's probably the most difficult thing to do, is to get your personal friends to actually come out and play paintball with you. And let's be real, it's mostly because they're scared. I've had a lot of friends back out at the last minute after I invited them to play paintball, and some of them have given me the craziest excuses. And I know it's because they were just scared. One of my friends in particular, he gave me the craziest excuse, and if you're watching, I'm not going to mention your name, but just know that I remember this. He told me that he has to babysit a cat for the weekend. And that is by far the craziest and lamest excuse that I have heard to not come out and play paintball. I have cats. I've gone on weekend vacations. All you have to do is just leave some food, leave a clean litter box, leave some water, they'll be fine. But you know it's because they're scared. And also because paintball costs money. So why would people want to pay to do something that's going to be scary and obviously going to be painful? A lot of people don't have that sense for adventure, but they want to do exciting and thrilling things. Now, the last thing that I'm going to go over is how to actually make your paintball team official. So there's a website called pbleagues.com. This is kind of like the universal website where every paintball player in the world has to register. Whether you play national, international, regional, or local paintball tournaments, they're all going to be on this website. And what this does is that this website helps to track a player's progress to try and prevent what's called sandbagging. Sandbagging is when a highly skilled player tries to play in a lower skilled division. So paintball has a lot of divisions. The simplest way to explain it is that there's 7 divisions in total. There's the pro division, then there's semi-pro, which is division 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a 6th division, which you won't find on the national levels, but you will find that some local and regional tournaments do have Division 6. Division 6 is supposed to be like for your brand new beginners. But now this website will help you to find those tournaments that are in your local area and that are in the divisions that you're looking to play in. Just keep in mind, if you did not use this website to register for a tournament, don't expect to show up to a tournament on that day and expect to play. You need to go on this website, make your own account, make an account for your team, and actually sign up for the tournament through the website. Make sure that everybody pays their registration fees. Well, I think that covers just about everything on why you should make your own paintball team, as well as the how-to. I hope you guys found this information valuable, and thanks for tuning in.